What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah, and I'm back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Rivah. It's very nice to meet you. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. And as I always say, make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section down below. It does not matter how you feel about this video. We all want to talk about it. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. And we're going to go ahead and get right into the video.
Is 7 attributes of highly feminine women. Number 1, highly feminine women are receptive. This does not always mean monetary items. I'm speaking more on the internal aspects, meaning feminine women are open to receiving love. They're open to receiving compliments, open to receiving gestures of courtesy. For some women, it is so difficult just to receive a simple compliment, such as, "You look nice today," or "I love your hair." Like they would fight you on this compliment and rebuttal it with 3 flaws of theirs. Feminine women are able to simply sit back and say thank you. Sit back and allow him to court you, to carry your bags. They're able to sit back and receive love. And this comes with accepting your intrinsic value as a feminine woman. Like I always say, femininity can be one of your greatest assets if you allow yourself to tap into it. Number 2.
So I want to go on that being receptive. I like the way that this is broken down in this video, and I also wanted to react to this video because I feel like we always talk about so many different issues about what it's not, what femininity is not, what being masculine is, what being masculine is in a woman, and masculine energy. I think it was, I wanted to put a focal point of what being feminine is as a woman, right? So offering that, highlighting that part of the conversation. And I like that she said being receptive, and not only in the aspect of like receptive of things or whatever, but receptive of compliments, receptive of love, because you have a lot of women who can be nice, sweet, kind, or even the complete opposite, right? Like what we're used to when we see modern women. But at the same time, they have this wall up, this wall that's blocking them from receiving love, from receiving kindness, from receiving compliments, something as simple as that. Because, the women that we talk about that walk around with like this masculine energy, they don't only, portray that imagery to men who are, either looking to date them or court them or whatever. They also display that same exact energy that the men are seeing within them with other people, with other women as well. So, you can see a woman, as a woman, you can see another woman in the grocery store and be like, "Oh, girl, I like your shoes." And you can see, some of them will just be like, like with an attitude or whatever. Some of them will be like, "Oh, thanks," or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's important that we talk about that because there's a wall that's there that's necessary to be broken down. That vulnerable space, that sweet space, that soft space allows you to be receptive of not only love, but also direction as well. Once you're receptive, it's connected to so many different aspects that are very, very important when it comes to, being feminine.
Feminine women are polite. Never underestimate the value of a simple "excuse me," "thank you," "yes please," or "I appreciate it." Being polite just adds to the beauty of a woman. It gives you that halo effect and allows others to view you as much more memorable. Think of it as an experience at a 5-star restaurant versus Carl's Jr. You can go to Ruth's Chris and get a steak burger, or you can go to Carl's Jr. and get a hamburger. They're both burgers, but at Ruth's Chris, you're going to have staff waiting on you, beck and call. You're going to have dim lighting, beautiful artwork, and just a very clean, elegant environment. As opposed to Carl's Jr., you're going to be in a filthy lobby, and you're going to get all of your items served to you, wrapped up in paper and thrown in a plastic bag. Feminine women just really understand that being polite adds to the pleasant experience of socializing with them. Number 3, highly feminine women are emotionally
So I want to go back on that point too. Being polite. This is a key because you can be, beautiful, you can walk a certain way, you can be fit, you can all these things. But if you're mean or rude to the people, like a bank teller, the person who's serving you your food, you know what I'm saying? Like if you just have like a nasty demeanor to other people outside of your man, that's still a problem. because that shows the nature that's deep within inside of you. So it's important that this is highlighted. I love this so far, because it's so true. You have so many women who can only be kind, sweet, and nice to their man, and then they're nasty to everyone else around them, or they're nasty to people that they don't know. And that's just showing the true nature of who you really are. So, soon enough, something's going to happen where he's going to get on your nerve, or you guys are going to get into an argument, whatever the case is, and that is going to be brought out. So you're supposed to be kind to others. I mean, these are like elementary school things that we learned, right? Be nice, be kind, share, and all these kind of things. It's very important to have this mindset as a woman. Very, very important, because it goes down to what are you going to be showing your children as well.
Intelligent. This is one thing that we may not all be accustomed to, because some of us grew up in an environment where we had to suppress our emotions in order to simply make it through. And after living like that for so long, it kind of becomes a part of your character. So for those of you who can relate to this, I highly recommend the book The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. Even if you are not in a relationship, this book is very instrumental in helping you determine what your love language is. It allows you to examine how you give love, how you receive love, and what that looks like for you.
Mm-hmm.
Highly feminine women are emotionally intelligent, which allows them to effectively heal their past traumas and wounds, as opposed to being frozen in resentment, in fear, and hurt, which can cause you to develop a rough, kind of repelling demeanor.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4.
That's so important. That's so important. You have so many women that walk around miserable. They're mad because of what their dad did to their mom. They're mad because of what their friend's husband did to them, something that they didn't even experience, they don't even know about. They just heard it from somebody, so they're just marking it as something that's true. They're holding up so many things in their heart. They're not able to forgive. They're not able to move on. So how can you ever, be happy in a relationship? You move on into the next relationship, and you're anticipating that person is going to do something wrong. You're anticipating that they're going to piss you off. You're anticipating all of these things just because of past experiences, and some of those experiences are not even valid or have nothing to do with you. So being healed as a person, either or, man or woman, just being healed as a person, getting into a relationship, that's how it's supposed to be. A lot of us have not seen healthy love. You're supposed to be a healthy, whole person, right? Coming into a relationship with another whole person, and then creating a bond with each other. So that's something that, again, is very, very important. Very important.
Women pamper themselves and practice self-care. Now, this one is for my go-getters, my hustlers, my successful young women, my entrepreneurs, and my corporate babes. We love you guys, but please understand that it is essential in the midst of all of this to keep up with yourself. We tend to look like the situation that we're in. So
hold on a second. Because she said this is for the go-getters, like the entrepreneurs, the girl bosses and all that kind of stuff. And I get that. But this is the issue. When fighting for equality, when fighting to be seen as equal, when fighting to get the same jobs and the same positions and all of these things, and going and working as hard as men, having a woman body, right? Having our makeup as women, nobody told you about the toll that it would take on your body. Nobody told you about the stress and how it's going to make you age, and look a little bit older because of all the work that you're putting in that you're not meant to. When we see like movies from like back in the day, they always talk about like beauty sleep, right? Like they always very much emphasize like a woman needs her beauty sleep or her beauty rest and da da da. And people use that as something that was just cute and funny, but at the same time, it's something that's very essential for us women. We need that time to regroup, to recuperate our minds. It's a lot easier to be softer and to be nicer and to be kinder when you're not stressing out yourself all day long, because already women think a lot. Okay, you know how you can guess if women think a lot? Because women talk a lot. Women talk a lot more than men. Women are very, very vocal. Sometimes they be talking about stuff they ain't got no business, but we're not talking about that. Women talk a lot. So our minds run and our minds go, and we think deep into every single little thing. Take that mindset or that attitude and put it into a work environment. Now you have to think about all these things at work. Then you're, thinking about where you're going to cook. You think about how you have to clean. You have to do this. You have to do this. It takes such a toll on your body. So, again, that's something that should be examined because, hello, when you're going out into the workforce, working as hard as men, because you have a lot of women who don't want to stay at home, right? They don't want to be submissive or submit to anybody. They want to have that burden of going to work and working as hard. I understand that some people have to work. I get that. I understand that. But I'm just saying the toll that it takes on you. Exactly. Self-care for everyone, whether you're a woman who works, whether you're a woman who doesn't work, whether you're a woman who's, taking care of your household, your husband, your kids. It's very, very important to take care of yourself because you cannot pour from an empty cup.
You haven't slept in 2 weeks, chances are you look just like that. Highly feminine women understand this and make sure to stay on top of their regimen, even if it means just taking multivitamins once a day, hitting the gym once a week, or even doing some exfoliation. Like I said before, you don't want to be 25, 35, 40, looking twice your age. Keep up with yourself. Number 5. A highly feminine woman is able to embrace other women of the same caliber or above her. She understands that having these women in her.
And to be able to embrace women of your caliber or even above you, you have to know where you are. So again, feminine women are very aware of where they are, right? In the SMV, they know, they're very aware of what's going on, what's up, like how they rank, all of that, and they have no problem being easily kind to another person, being easily sweet to another person because they're not looking at that other woman as something to take away from their self. They can see the beauty in other people because they're confident within themselves. They're strong within themselves. Even if they have things to work on, they are aware. Like, I know what I have to work on, but that's not going to take anything off of me if I say she's beautiful because she is. That the emotions don't cloud their judgment. It's not going to be like, oh, well, who she thinks she is. She thinks she's better than everybody. No, you think that she's better than you, and now you don't want to talk to her. You have an attitude against her for somebody that doesn't even know you at all. You're literally in the grocery store, like she's never going to see you again.
Circle is not a threat, but it adds value to her. This is why I love Lori Harvey so much. She's not afraid to put other women on. She will invite them to an event. She will post them on her story, on her social media. It adds to her appeal. Being next to someone who is just as beautiful, just as intelligent, just as alluring adds to your value, ladies. I am not just preaching some kumbaya stuff. There's actual psychology linked to this. This is why artists perform with tons of people on the stage, dancers, models. This is why celebrities are always seen with entourages. It adds to you. Number 6. Highly feminine women are able to read the room, meaning they are able to walk into the room and within 5 minutes tell who's who. They're able to pick out the alpha male. They're able to tell who's the woman of the house. They're able to tell who the yes men are. They are also able to read the energy of the room, meaning they can walk into a room and tell if someone's just got done speaking on their name.
And I don't know if this is actually true to the nature of a feminine woman, but I think this is true to a woman who's in tune spiritually, that's able to pick up on things very, very quickly, that knows what's going on. As she just said, can walk into the room and kind of like feel the vibe of what just happened. There, even though nobody said anything, and that's very, very important because having that same exact mentality when you're with your man, it's going to be easy for you to pick up on the things that he needs, lacks, wants, desires from you without him having to say anything.
One's planning a surprise, if someone was just in an argument, if there's good energy, etc. This is because feminine women practice the art of observation. There is so much power in sitting.
And you know why they can observe so much? Because they're not talking so much. That's why. Because they're not running off the mouth. They're not trying to have the last word. They're not trying to fight with you, trying to argue with you, trying to overtalk you. They're so easily, to understand what's going on around them and to be observant because they are aware. They're not so busy doing this. They're listening and they're watching.
Back and reading social cues and moving accordingly. Feminine women know how to read the room and they know when to leave the room. Number 7. Highly feminine women are masters of attracting and persuading. We all know that when you're resting in your feminine energy, you don't have to speak much. You can walk into a venue and receive preferential treatment without introducing yourself. This is because your energy introduces you long before you ever open your mouth. Just an innocent glance or a polite smile will do the trick. With that being said, highly feminine women develop the skill of rapidly manifesting realities. This is due to their in depth knowledge of understanding energy and how others will adjust their behavior based on the aura that you exude. We've all seen it with women in the workforce or in class. For example, everyone has to meet a deadline for an assignment, but come the due date, this highly feminine woman is able to get an extension on the low with no penalties. Like I said before, femininity can be your greatest asset if you tap into it. Make sure to like this video if you found it.
So that's true. And I think that, you know, also knowing how to be a feminine woman and yeah, how to communicate with less talking is extremely important. And I think that it's just natural that men are more willing to assist when a woman is in her actual role, in the role that she's supposed to be in. Of course, they're going to be more willing to assist you because they're not looking at you as, somebody who's giving them, attitude, being rude to them, trying to challenge their masculinity. You're allowing them to flourish, so they don't have any problem assisting you with whatever you need. But I think it's important that we also talk about that. Some people use these tactics, right? And I don't mean all of these things are tactics, but like that whole feminine thing, some women have used that to their demise. So you see other women talking about it, and sometimes it's a turnoff for some people just because of the fact that people, like I said, have used that, to not to portray or not to have the best outcome. They're doing it for ulterior motives, so which is an issue. But at the same time, being a feminine woman, yes, all of these traits are absolutely necessary. And I actually like this video a lot. I never watched it, as you guys already know. I always watch my videos right in front of you guys. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I genuinely want to know your guys' opinion and feedback on this topic. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. And again, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Love you.